good, takers? How you doing? I am fine. We got ourselves another Screen Junkies, honest traders, but they've done a little something different this time. This one, it seems to just be titled The Oscars, so I think they're just looking at all of the Oscar-nominated movies and just taking the living piss out of a lot of them, which I love. So let's get into this, man. Oscars ain't that far away, is it? Oh, getting real closer. So it's kind of like a honest trader buffet, look at it.
In a world where a bunch of rich people dress up in fancy clothes to give each other trophies, these 8 films will compete for Hollywood's highest honor, being the answer to the question, what did win the Oscar last year? The honest nominees for Best Picture are...
Holy shit.
From Adam McKay, the guy who brought you Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, and Anchorman 2, comes a sobering look at the financial crisis of 2008? Wait, what? So Wall Street crashes the economy for profit and got away with it? I would be so outraged right now if I understood what the hell was going on.
Whenever you hear subprime, think...
Sorry, Margot Robbie. I appreciate that you're in a bathtub and all, but I still don't get it. No money, mo problems.
Decent movie.
Gear up for the most badass nominee for Best Picture since... ever? As George Miller's brutal world blurs the line between apocalyptic madness and Australian people being Australian.
He's a crazy snake who eats schlanger.
Hey, it's nominated for Best Picture, not Best Screenplay, alright? Furiosa Road, featuring Mad Max. Deep in the woods of North Dakota, revenge is a dish best served cold. Like, so cold you have to sleep inside a horse. But we really want to do an actual honest trailer for this movie, and we don't have the footage yet, so we're saving our best jokes for later. Long story short, Leo grunts his way to an Oscar. Frozen. Journey back to a time when news was printed on paper and delivered to your home for a movie that really nails the look and feel of Boston that Bostonians probably wish was set literally anywhere else.
90 priests.
Is that possible?
But don't worry, they're everywhere.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
In this well-acted, super depressing episode of Dateline NBC that made audiences everywhere say, great, I probably live next to a pedophile priest too. Newsies might want to avoid these houses. From Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks comes a competently made, by-the-numbers drama about the Cold War that your dad definitely saw, and you'll probably catch on a plane sometime. But when you're Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks, even your average movies get nominated for Best Picture by default. Hey, they've both done better than this, but come on, they've earned it. Not nearly enough spies. From the director of your favorite sci-fi movies, and also Prometheus, comes the film that's basically Castaway in Space, which was technically already Gravity, which makes this Gravity on Mars? So hold on to your sides for what the Golden Globes declared the best comedy of the year.
Ridiculous.
I need you to check in on my parents. I know that sucks. Talking to a couple about their dead
Not the
son.
film.
Get it? It's funny because he thinks he's never going to see his family again. Survivor Mars. In the city of Brooklyn, I assume, comes the story of an immigrant lady who falls in love with her...
Seriously.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen Brooklyn and neither of you. I hear it's great though. You can only see so many movies. Gear up for one of the best movies of the year, which unfortunately almost shares a title with the worst movie of all time.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
That features amazing action and direction, but is so depressing, we're just gonna run all the times they say room in the movie.
Room, 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 room.
Wow.
F***ed Up Boyhood.
Yeah.
Starring the hilarious Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Domhnall Gleeson, Peltz, a lady driver. Okay, they're telling me to wrap it up. Darth Vader, Even-Tempered Max. Oh man, so many names. Okay. Sabretooth, Lars Ulrich. Turner and Ruskies, pedophile priests, rapists, the evil banks. Sirari Reese Ronan. I don't have time for that one. And no black people.
Oh, you
The
should have got
Oscars. The Big Short was great, but let's be honest, it wasn't the best movie about 5 guys trying to stick it to the man this year.
Yo, Drake, what up? I got something to say.
Be sure to subscribe for more honest trailers.
Yeah, a lot to be said about the nominations this year with the Oscars. Now, I'm not one of these people. I think, okay, the big discussion is there isn't enough diversity, but I don't think that you should stick in diverse films or actors just for the sake of it, just for the sake of making it seem diverse. You know, they have to genuinely be worthy of it. But this year there genuinely was movies. I can't speak on last year because I can't even remember half the shit that came out last year. But this year there genuinely was a handful of films that were way more worthy than what they already had selected. Like, or at the very least, above anything else, in there with best lead performer should have been Idris Elba for, what the fuck was that film called? Beast of No Nations. Hands down, he should have got nominated. At the very least. Like, I'm not saying he necessarily should win, but he should have got nominated. He deserved it, man. He was definitely up there. His performance was way more of a stretch from the man that he is, which is part of it, of what I think makes you worthy of winning an Oscar. Because it's about the acting, it's about believably transforming from where you are to where this character is, and just it was just the intensity of his role, man. It was crazy. But I even think that kid who was in that film, in Beast of No Nations, that young boy, he deserved to get an award, or at least a nomination as well. Beyond that, I can't think of too many other performances. Like, a lot of people talking about maybe performances in Creed or Creed as a movie, which I love that film, but do I think that's Oscar worthy? I think the director of Creed deserved to get a nomination. I definitely think he did. I'm not sure if I feel that the performances were powerful enough in Creed for me, that I felt that they were Oscar worthy. They were good, and it was a great film, but it was entertaining, but I just didn't really feel that. But like I said, compared to some of the people who have been nominated, then maybe they definitely were more worthy. But yeah, the director definitely deserved a nomination, in my opinion. The guy that played Eazy-E, forgetting his name, but I think he deserved to get something. It's just one of those things, you know. It's not something I'm losing sleep over. I'm not gonna watch the Oscars, not because I have any ethical issues with it. It's just fucking boring. You know, I just can't be arsed. I'll just read the paper the next morning to see who won. Or go to a website. That's usually how I deal with it. Beyond that, yeah, whatever, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's the way Hollywood be. When you take into account who's voting for these movies, I think the average age is like 50 or 40 or some shit. Like, it's, these people aren't really connected to what is. They don't even see everything that's out. That should at least be a minimal requirement, is that they have to see everything that's at least nominated. That they have to see it. And the fact is, hey, most of them don't see everything. They only see what they get paid or taken to see. That's part of the whole Oscar campaign, and especially that's why the Weinsteins were always so good at it back in the day. Because they would always throw the money at the Academy members and send them gifts and take them to the cinema and send them screeners and all this shit that you have to do. That's just the way it is. That's a whole other argument, man. But what do you think should win? Everything. How do you feel about this whole issue? The ethnic thing, or who should win, who is nominated, and etc, etc. Let me know, guys. Write comments down below. If you like the video, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I'm at a race, and this has been my reaction to Screen Junkies, Honest Trailers, Oscars 2016. Booyah. Later, people.